So, welcome to the Rebirth Sessions. Happy to see you here today. And today is the day of, the assignment was like 6 steps from the nightmare of your own making into the dream of peace. And 6 steps in how that occurs, and give an expression of that. Now that was just an assignment, not just one, but one you can say work with and to come to see how this was for you, how this is for you, how it developed in you, and maybe a very spontaneous inspiration came to you. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's like in the Rebirth Sessions, we actually use assignments, you could say, of possibilities to use for inspiration, to bring something into expression that's coming from you, because this an important part in the awakening is starting to apply the things you have heard maybe and have accepted, but now you're going to exemplify it and demonstrate it and bring it to expression in some kind of way that is literally really a part of your individual expression of it. And you do this in all kinds of ways anyway. You express yourself anyway. Now here it is, and you could say this intimate process that is taking place in you fits in that too. So it's like to bring that outside, you have to overcome the idea of privacy, secrecy, or any kind of those ideas. It's like, no, there is no such thing as private thoughts. But see, the individual expression of what you're going to share does not have to offend yourself even. It's like, no, let this inspiration come to you and just let it happen is a great way to come in touch, in fact, with the voice that is speaking to you anyway. Like there's a voice within that is speaking to you from deep within, and you can hear that, and it is setting you in motion, you could say. It's moving you. When you allow that, when you have no other navigator at work, like another navigator in your mind could be your awareness of having specific thoughts, having ideas, things you want to accomplish, things that you want to do tomorrow, and all these plans and wishes and concerns. Like if that is where your awareness is, where your attention is, you could say, if that is where your attention is, you don't hear this voice. But when you come into silently, come into some kind of inspirational moment for yourself, suddenly it can be that you feel inspired, or something comes to you just by you having an open mind. Something comes to you where you can actually work with, so to speak, where you discover something new for yourself. Because that is what we're after, you could say. Not that that's an accomplishment of any kind, but the nature of creation is not something that is already done or established, or this is the way that looks kind of thing. No, it's literally born in each moment. It is brand new all the time. And to bring that to expression would be to have a completely open, empty mind in order to be able to listen to, otherwise you wouldn't even know what will come to you. So it's like this navigation, as I call it. It's like the inner navigation that is going on, that is available for you, that has nothing to do with your ideas about it or anything that you want to accomplish or are concerned about, moves you always in the right direction, moves you, opens things up for you. It's literally like it is going to bring you the thing that you could never thought of. Now that's fresh manna, fresh inspiration. That's given each instant. That's why we call this always like an abundance. An abundance is given us in each moment. An abundance in possibilities to connect and to relate and to extend and to see the light at work, and to feel this power flowing through you by you allowing that to occur. So that's very, it brings you very much to the center of your being. Now this is being expressed in many ways, by many, and one of the ways that it's expressed, and we're diving a little bit deeper in it in this first introduction, is Sri Aurobindo. I used his writings before, even in the Rebirth Sessions too. And there's always a part, it's in book 3, canto 4, or the other way around. Yeah, I will check it out in a moment, where there is this like perfect description of coming from human consciousness to a whole different experience. And that is very poetically described, for one thing, but also very broad in its language. It's so broad in its language that when you actually listen to it, your mind immediately comes to a place where you can only be receptive, you could say. Now that's of course really beautiful. So I use it in a sense as a portal for your consciousness, for your awareness of and your attention to go beyond what you know, and to come in, opening your ears in such a way that it lifts your heart. Now, that's about a 4-minute contemplation, a little bit shorter. So I'll play it first. It comes with some pictures too. So I'll play it first. We hear it in French too. Then we have a moment of quiet, and then I'll come back in, going step by step through the 6 steps that are being revealed there. And this is a great exercise. So let's start with that. The title is, oh, you can't see it. That's Feel the Breaking Walls of Mortal Mind. Now that sounds delightful. Feel the breaking walls of mortal mind. It is from the book Savitri from Sri Aurobindo. And here we go. Feel the breaking walls of mortal mind. A morn that seemed a new creation's front, bringing a greater sunlight, happier skies, came burdened with a beauty moved and strange, out of the changeless origin of things. An ancient longing struck again new roots, the air drank deep of unfulfilled desire. The high trees trembled with the wandering wind, like souls that quiver at the approach of joy, and in a bosom of green secrecy, forever of its own one love note untired, a lyric coil cried among the leaves. On a subtle interspace which rings our life, unlocked where the inner spirit's trance closed doors, the inaudible strain in nature could be caught across the cyclic tramp of eager lives, across the deep urgency of present cares. Earth's wordless hymn to the ineffable arose from the silent heart of the cosmic void. He heard the voice repressed of unborn powers murmuring behind the luminous bars of time. O force-compelled, fate-driven, earth-born race, O petty adventurers in an infinite world and prisoners of a dwarf humanity, how long will you tread the circling tracks of mind around your little self and petty things? But not for a changeless littleness were you meant, not for vain repetitions were you built. Out of the immortal substance you were made. Your actions can be swift revealing steps, your life a changeful mold for growing gods. A seer, a strong creator is within, the immaculate grandeur broods upon your days. Almighty powers are shut in nature's cells. shall the Godhead grow within your hearts. You shall awake into the Spirit's air, and feel the breaking walls of mortal mind, and hear the message which left life's heart dumb. And look through nature with sun-gazing lids, and blow your conch shells at the eternal's gate. Authors of earth's high change, to you it is given to cross the dangerous spaces of the soul and touch the mighty mother's stark awake, and meet the omnipotent in this house of flesh, and make of life the million-bodied one. The earth you tread is a border screened from heaven. The life you lead conceals the light you are.
Un matin, cela semblait être la façade d'une nouvelle création, apportant un plus grand soleil, des cieux plus heureux. Je suis venue chercher d'une beauté émue et étrange, hors de l'origine immuable des choses. Un désir ancien a retrouvé de nouvelles racines. L'air buvait profondément de désirs insatisfaits. Les grands arbres tremblaient sous le vent errant comme des âmes qui frémissent à l'approche de la joie, au sein d'un secret vert. Pour toujours, sa seule note d'amour infatigable, un chant lyrique crié parmi les feuilles. Sur un espace subtil qui sonne notre vie, les portes fermées en transe de l'esprit intérieur étaient déverrouillées. La tension inaudible de la nature pourrait être captée. À travers ce vagabond cyclique des vies impatientes, à travers la profonde urgence des soucis actuels, l'hymne muet de la terre, à l'ineffable, surgit du cœur silencieux du vide cosmique. Il a entendu la voix réprimée des puissances à naître, murmurant derrière des barreaux lumineux du temps. Ô race née sur terre, contrainte par la force et motivée par le destin. Ô petit aventurier dans un monde infini et prisonnier d'une humanité naine. Combien de temps allez-vous parcourir les pistes circulaires de l'esprit autour de votre petit moi et de mes petites choses? Mais tu n'étais pas destiné à une petitesse immuable. Ce n'est pas pour une vaine répétition que vous avez été construit. De la substance de l'immortel, vous avez été créé. Vos actions peuvent être des étapes révélatrices rapides. Votre vie est un moule changeant pour des dieux en pleine croissance. Un voyant, un créateur fort est à l'intérieur. La grandeur immaculée couvre vos jours. Les pouvoirs tout-puissants sont enfermés dans les cellules de la nature. Pourtant, la divinité grandira dans vos cœurs. Vous vous réveillerez dans l'air de l'esprit et sentir les murs brisés de l'esprit mortel et écoute le message qu'a laissé le cœur de la vie muet et regardez à travers la nature avec des couvercles qui contemplent le soleil et soufflez vos conques à la porte de l'Éternel. Auteur des grands changements terrestres, cela vous est donné pour traverser les espaces dangereux de l'âme et toute la puissance mère complètement éveillée et rencontrer l'omnipotent dans cette maison de chair et faire de la vie celui aux millions de corps. La terre que vous foulez est une frontière cachée au ciel. La vie que vous menez cache la lumière que vous êtes.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for, say, being in the practice of contemplation for a moment. And we looked at that, say, earlier today with the idea of contemplation develops the beholder. And the beholder being, in fact, being the attention of consciousness, like the attention of awareness. So where are you focusing on in your contemplation? So what's actually occurring? Now, here's something really fundamental that I like to continue on a little bit, and this is like in fact, this is a practice that we continue to do, in fact. Where am I with my attention? Am I here with my superficial consciousness, with my attention? Am I trying to work out my existence, what has become my reality? Or can I let go of that? Can I let go of that and see what inspiration comes to me in this present moment, in whatever way that's going to be expressed? And knowing, in fact, that that would be like the perfect gift to me in every instant that I'm in. Now, this is really something to remember, in the sense of you're going to develop this. It's inevitable. You're going to come to the place where you continuously let go of any attempt to make any of this real, since you're not of this world. Like, your kingdom is not here. So where's your kingdom? Well, that is in fact being revealed to you in every moment, because like we discovered, like you cannot locate it. You cannot even locate yourself, really, but you don't have to either, because the inspiration that is given is on a continuing basis. Like, there's no gaps in it or anything. If your consciousness or your mind is open. And so the practice then becomes to let go of the preoccupation with the limited ideas and continuously inviting yourself in to be open to whatever is given. That to me is like the greatest discovery with doing, say, being present in these classes. If I would have an idea about it, or about what we're going to do or something, then that would be very limited. But if I'm completely open to receive it as it is going to be given to us by our shared attention and communication, then what will happen is beyond our definition. Like, it is beyond what we would expect it to be. Now that is where it becomes alive, and say, where it actually is coming from direct experience and direct inspiration. Now that's really something else. But this is the practice. It's like, this is what we do. So going through a couple of these expressions as is given in this contemplation, what I would like to do is stand still with one or two sentences from each part, in fact each step, and not to explain it, but to in fact invite you to a recognition of it, it's like let myself be touched by it. It's like, who knows what this will do with you. So that's an experiment I would love to do. So here we have the first expression, which is like the happening. It's like the schism. In fact, the schism has started, and that is, say, beautifully expressed with two sentences. Or actually with one already. It's like the air drank deep of unfulfilled desire. It's like unfulfilled desire. An ancient longing struck again new roots. The air drank deep of unfulfilled desire. It drank deep, like the air being the awareness, being the attention. going for the unfulfilled desires, looking for them, and see if there's one that can be fulfilled, trying that. It's like this is really the place where the nightmare starts, you could say, because there is no such thing as an unfulfilled desire. That does not exist. Only in the human mind it exists, not realizing that an unfulfilled desire is also a fulfilled desire. Like the idea is whole unto itself. Okay, so I think that was the basic fundamental sentence, like air drank deep of unfulfilled desire. Like you could say, here it all started. An unfulfilled desire, or picked up an old idea that really never existed in the first place, but you picked it up. It's like, how would it be to be without God? That idea, like we can think that. How would it be to be without God? Now we got an answer, and it looks like the nightmare of your own making. Like that is exactly what happened. So, how would it be without God? That was a question in your mind. It echoed through, and it was corrected immediately, but still you receive the consequences of it whenever you make this idea real again. So it's like the air of unfulfilled desire sometimes comes along. You like a cloud of ideas that suddenly bring you an unfulfilled desire. Now here my consciousness has a choice, in fact, of I call it awareness. Like my awareness and attention have a choice. I can go with that idea and stay in the superficiality of the denial of who I am, or I release it immediately with the recognition of there is no such thing as an unfulfilled desire. Show me what it means to have all my desires fulfilled. In fact, you're asking for that experience. How would it be to have all my desires being fulfilled? Now that is in fact a declaration of your perfection. There is an answer to that for you to receive. So this is great. So that makes it very practical. That's why I continue on. And so it's not explaining, but really bringing you to the spot where you can actually receive something. So that's something that you have to ask for, you could say. Yeah, this is just an amazing expression. Across this cyclic tramp of eager lives, across the deep urgency of present cares, Earth's wordless hymn to the ineffable arose from the silent heart of the cosmic void. He heard a voice repressed of unborn powers, murmuring behind the luminous bars of time. Wow. So, oh, force-compelled, fate-driven, earth-born race. It's like it's an earth-born race. Your limited identity is an earth-born race. You were born on earth in your dream, you know. Fate-driven, it seems like everything is established by fate already. It's like it has a start, so it has an end. Oh, petty adventurers in an infinite world. Prisoners of a dwarf humanity. You're like littleness is really the thing in humanhood. It's like littleness is like a god. You choose for littleness continuously. So that's like the dwarf humanity idea. And here's another one. How long will you tread the circling tracks of mind? It's like, how long am I going to repeat the same old, same old, same old? around your little self and petty things. So this is really like a declaration of the definition of you as a human mind, say adoring littleness, and in fact being in a continuous track of mind, circling track of mind of, well, no, I'm not able to do that. No, that's not working. Well, yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, I don't know. You know, like this, it's like it is darkness itself where you circle around in, not realizing that it's dark because you don't seem to have an alternative to it. So here's the shift, and in that sense, it's like we're coming here to the bottom of and also of the fundamental inspiration that is within you. Your life a changeful mold for growing gods. A seer, a strong creator is within. The immaculate grandeur broods upon your days. Almighty powers are shut in nature's cells. It's like this spark of light that is within you is literally in every cell of you, every cell of your body. You could say every cell of your body has a spark of light, has a spark of light because it is alive. You know, it is alive, and not to go too deep into the cellular story of this, but everything with a spark of life in it is alive. Like it is created. That light is created. Your inspiration, your inspiration is a creation in the moment. It is not created 10,000 years ago or 50 billion years ago. No, it is created every instant. And that is happening with every aspect of you. And not as you see yourself, but how it truly is. So you could say, like, even, and we come back to that in the last episodes, in the last part of this, it's like it's literally a possibility to experience this in the fleshiness of you could say, in the flesh, not it is a physical experience in the end. Like it's an undoing that takes place within you. Now this, if you let this body renew itself every instant and not having any ideas about it, in which you start to circle around and around in, well, I'm not doing well, my hip hurts, my this hurts, my that hurts, and who knows what hurts, and this starts to itch and that start to crack and this start to, you know, it's like you literally program your body into that you become old. So why not let this body be new all the time and actually allow it as a vehicle for communication? Now it's not that is with your mouth necessarily. No, the inspiration and the communication that is possible is a light communication that is directly with you in this instant, and where you will awaken to, because it's the only thing you could say about you that communicates. So that is hidden, if you want, in every cell of your body. But because you see yourself as in a longevity and into a continuation of time, you can't experience that. You literally program yourself not to experience that. Now here we are in our rebirth session, having a physical healing for each one of us here right now. Because in fact, so why don't you let this moment be whole? Why holding on to an idea of longevity, or even an idea of how you see your body, or you see yourself, or thinking that you're located in a certain place? No, you're not. No, you're an instrument of God. Like you're literally given direct inspiration in this instant, and that recognition or that experience will heal your body if it would need that. Like it will take care of all of it. So in a continuing moment, and this you see in the Bible too, is like, why take no thought for your body, what you should wear, what you should eat. Why not? Because literally the fulfillment of and the completion and perfection of your body is always in this instant given. Allow it to be new. Allow your body to be new. Follow the instructions that you receive. Say, just in fact, accept that exactly where you find yourself. Everything will be given if you allow this moment to be whole and real for you. So this is the practice, but it's also where you awaken to. This is where the rebirth takes place. So from the moment you're knocked off your horse, you could say, you have no plan anymore. Like Saul, we refer to that today too. It's like Saul knocked off his horse. Suddenly was like his mind was reset. He had no idea what it meant to kill Christians. He would not know how to do what that is. Like there's no recollection of that when you are struck by the light. Now this is great. And this is exactly where the healing takes place. So you cannot have a plan. You cannot have a strategy. You cannot have an unfulfilled desire. You cannot have any of these things if you stay right here in letting this moment be whole, and you are in fact like it will consume you completely. It will take all your attention. And that's great, because you are all of that without your description, without what you think that it means. So that's really awesome, beautifully expressed here. A strong creator is within, the immaculate grandeur broods upon your days. Almighty powers are shut in nature's cells. Yet shall the Godhead grow within your hearts. You shall awaken into its spirit's air. The deep inspiration, literally inspiring, like literal breathing it in. And feel the breaking walls of mortal mind. And hear the message. Well, the breaking of the mortal walls is of course a great metaphor, because it's like the human mind, the mortal mind, is continuously defending itself against possible attack or assumed attack. So this is great. So yeah, it will break, and it will, but another great part in this expression is feel the breaking walls of mortal mind. You can literally feel that inside yourself when you allow this to affect you. It's like this, you feel the breaking of the walls of mortal mind. Like, why is there a reason to defend myself any longer? There isn't. What is attacking me? Nothing. Like, if I stay in this present moment, if I come back to this and allow this moment to be healed, what can possibly attack me if I recognize my equality and unity with every aspect of it, of every aspect of creation? And look through nature with sun-gazing lids and blow your conch shells at the eternal's gate. Authors of earth's high change, to you it is given to cross the dangerous spaces of the soul and touch the mighty mother stark awake, and meet the omnipotent in this house of flesh. Yeah, this is what I said, like it is your individual experience. It is a physical experience of singularity. Like there's a resurrection related to it. There's a rebirth related to it. You are knocked off your horse by the light. Now you're on the ground, and you will have to get up again and be inspired and continue. It's like that. That is a physical experience. And make of life the million-bodied one. And this is of course great. It's like equality and unity is right here. There's no difference. There's no specialty. There's no diversity. The earth you tread is a border screened from heaven. The life you lead conceals the light you are. It's like the earth you tread is a border screened from heaven. It's like you're walking in your realization of the perfection of this moment, you're literally walking on holy ground. And that is what this says. It's like a border screened from heaven. The life you lead conceals the light you are. So that is, in fact, what we shared in the assignment that I gave, was the idea of, okay, coming from this nightmare of human existence, nightmare of limitation, you could say, to happy dreams of peace. Now this is what that say so well represented in this great poem. So this whole book, Savitri, is an 800-page book. This whole book is in fact one huge, say, poem of the whole awakening into every aspect of your consciousness, and it's a delight. So this was just book 4, Canto 3, an excerpt out of it. So it's like, this is how amazing and huge it is. So all kinds of aspects are coming through, and really lovely to take a look at that. Now, the reason I came up with Sri Aurobindo is that this is, of course, a different language, but it is like, if it's pointing and expressing that what you can recognize, it is great to use different languages, you could say, of different ways of expression, because this is where we deal with in this meeting that we have, because it's all individual expression. You are the only one who can express it in your way, and this is not to make it special, but this is more to make it your individual expression, since you have to recognize that you're literally the only one. Like, this all happens through you. So, and this is your world, this is your dream. I'm just reminding you of that. That's why I'm here. It's like, I'm reminding you of the fact that this is your dream, and you're the one that has to come to the place where you actually start to extend the light into that dream in your very own, like a very you way, you could say. And it's going to be given how to do that. So it's by inspiration that you come into this discovery. And there's not another way to do that. So it's by inspiration. It's going to be given. You only have to be open, and it will come. So there's no value, there's no evaluation related to it. There's no, do I do it right or wrong? No, that has nothing to do with it either. This has, in fact, this is not personal, but it's coming from your individual expression, given to you individually as an expression of your communication with your source. Now that's so great. So therefore it makes sense to use all kinds of ways to express, or whether that's visual, poetry, or music, or silence, or light, or who knows what. It's like all that, whatever you need. This is, in that sense, an liberal art, you could say, in which you can totally self-express and let yourself be expressed, like let yourself be used to come to expression. And the only requirement basically is to take time to let that occur, or to become quiet in order for that to occur. And so it's really, really lovely. There's not a matter of, can you do it? No, it's like, no, the inspiration is for you to receive in this instant. So it's like the walls of mortal mind, all the limitations that you imposed on yourself, all the things that you think, or maybe all the things that you wrote on the walls, like I'm not good enough, or I'm this, or I'm that. It's like all these things were on these walls. You made your own gravity on that in your prison, counting the days. There are lots of stripes on it too, so that would be like a metaphor for it. Like, yeah, I counted the days. Like, I don't know how many days I have to go, but at least I know how many I've had, and so on. You know, it's like this. Like, You've been doing that. But now these walls, just like Paul in the prison, these walls are breaking down. Like literally, in the next moment you can just walk out of it. And that is really something else. Like, you get all the help. Like, the power of the universe is within you, not that you can use it as some kind of drill to get through prison walls. No, there's no power in prison walls. And you feel them breaking them down, and suddenly it happens and it is there. So whenever you're ready to give up your prison house, you could say, where you have fought a war against yourself, whenever you're ready to give that up, they fall down. You see that it's like a soap bubble. Like, no, it has no reality. It was something I believed in. I cannot believe it, but it's gone. And what happens then? I enter into deep peace. For no reason, and not even as an accomplishment. Suddenly everything becomes totally quiet. And like, well, is this it? Yes, this is it. Yeah.